Hello, welcome to my channel. This is Megan. I was wanting to do a little update about the bariatric surgery stuff. Just to kind of keep you guys updated and to kind of keep in my mind what I've already talked about, what I haven't talked about. So this is kind of what's been going on the last week or so. I'm on the third week of doing my injections. This is the first week that I didn't feel nauseated at all from the medication. So that's really awesome. I was told once I wasn't feeling really nauseated and things, I could go ahead and up my dose from the 0.25 to the 0.5. So I am debating going ahead and doing that on Tuesday, knowing that I'll probably be looking at the same issue again where I'm nauseated for a couple weeks. But I think that it would be a good thing to do at this point, since we're kind of looking at surgery coming up a lot faster than originally thought. I had my sleep apnea consult on Monday. We're now Friday today. They're getting pre-authorization through my insurance to go ahead and do a home sleep study. I expect to probably hear about them from that next week. Basically what will happen is they'll call me in, they'll explain to me how to work the machine. I use it that night, take it back to them the next day, and the doctor said they'd have results by the next week. I am a little nervous about that. I don't think I have sleep apnea. I don't think I have a lot of the symptoms of it. But I've been told his doctor kind of likes to, even if you're on the borderline, to go ahead and give you this machine, the CPAP machine. And my understanding is the surgery corrects that, so then I'm into getting this machine to have the surgery, to have it corrected anyways, which is fine. I think as far as that goes, you kind of rent the machine from like the company and things, and if that's what I have to do, that's what I have to do. And we don't know until we get there. I got my blood work back from my primary care physician that was required. Everything's good. Organs are good. Thyroid's good. I'm sure a lot of you bigger people know every time I've changed a doctor, they check my thyroid. I tell them that it's not my thyroid. I just like food. But that came back fine. They said my red blood cells, I believe it was, were a little elevated. The nurse who talked to me said that can be a sign of sleep apnea. My mother, who is also a nurse, says that I eat a lot of red meat, so that kind of explains that as well. So, who knows? But once again, we won't know until we know. So we just gotta get there. That is the last thing pretty much holding me up. So my plan currently is after I get results to contact the surgeon's office and see about scheduling. He had said at the end of May, I have, and I may have talked about this a little bit, I have a friend coming I haven't seen in a long time. She's been in Mexico the last 7 months enjoying herself. She's coming to see me at the end of May, and I want to be able to enjoy myself, not be having to worry about all these constraints and things like that, at least for, the last time. So I think I would probably opt for the middle of June to do surgery. That also means that I could start prior to 2 weeks. You have to do like an 800 calorie diet. So 2 meal replacement protein drinks during the day, light dinner. I mean, if you're on 800 calories, each shake's like just shy of 200 calories. You're talking like a $400 or $500. I'm sorry, 400 calorie meal at the end of the day. So you're not on very much at all. So that is really hard, and like having to get all the proteins and all these nutrients that you're supposed to be getting in. So that's something that I'm really going to have to think about and really have to gear towards. So I don't want to have to be like figuring that out while I'm like visiting people or whatever. So that's kind of my game plan. I've also been kind of stocking up and bulking up on drinks, protein waters, clear drinks, anything like that, because the day before surgery and 3 weeks after, that's all I have. And you're supposed to have 70 grams of protein a day, which doesn't seem like a lot, but if you're just drinking, it's a lot. I've looked at some of these drinks and some of the more protein-rich drinks which, mind you, you also have to watch like your carb intake. You're only allowed up to a certain amount of carbs per day too. Some of these drinks, some of the more hefty ones, give you about 20 grams of proteins, which is pretty good. The thing is, though, it kind of seems like as soon as you wake up, you're drinking until you go to bed. Like, you just have to contain constant to be able to meet these demands. Just fine. I've also looked into a bunch of additive proteins. One of the ones that I'm going to get is there's a whole bariatric surgery line of products. Vitamins, gummies, proteins, etc. They're a little more expensive, but I'm going to buy a bag of that for this at least, because one serving's 40 grams of proteins, and I can just add that to water or something. I've also looked at a couple of these the whey isolated proteins. That's basically the proteins that they're recommending for you. So I looked up a couple others that my doctor recommended. They're in my cart because I'm, with all the medical costs and things like that, especially like I've talked about with my husband and such, I'm buying a little bit at a time to get all these things that I'm going to need to transition me through. Some things I'm having to order online. I think it's something that we're seeing all over the country right now, but especially here, I live in a smaller town. Things are not bulked up on. So, like, if I want this protein H2O, I may be able to get it at Walmart now, but by the time I need it, is it still going to be in stock? Or maybe they don't even have it. So I'm trying to, get kind of a stock of those things going so that I'm not worrying about getting myself all these things into my system as well as purchasing them. So I think that's kind of a good way to attack this as well. I did start back at the gym on Monday. Due to all the injuries and things going on in life, that's kind of been a back burner situation. I've been doing it, but it hasn't been as consistent. So I did go Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Monday was the first time I've ever gone to the gym, and I had that euphoria that everyone has where the gym just I felt so good. I'm not saying that I don't enjoy going to the gym or it doesn't benefit me, but I've never had that feeling where it was just you felt good. So I went Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Yesterday my knee was hurting. And so I did kind of have a back and forth with myself about that, because I didn't want to stop because of my knee hurting, but I also don't want to injure myself more. Honestly, I think it was a sleeping wrong situation. I'm at that age where those things happen. I have big dogs. Some of them sleep in bed with us. They like to be where they are, and sometimes that ends up me sleeping not right with my legs or my knee or whatever. Today is feeling better. I have plans to go chase around my 3-year-old nephew instead of the gym today, because him and his family are headed out of town this weekend, so I won't get to see them on my normal Saturday. So I'm hoping that'll get me the energy out that I need to get out. I am walking at breaks and things like that, so I'm still trying to stay active and go back to the gym on Saturday, hopefully Sunday. I'm trying to just get those workouts in. I did weigh today, and like I said, it's probably about 2.5 weeks. I am down about 5 pounds. So, that's good. It's not, super crazy weight loss, but I'm not really expecting that. I'm hearing this medication just kind of curbs your hunger, which it has done. And I am trying to think more of the mindset of when you're full, you're full. That seems to be a big thing back and forth with the bariatric surgery. It's just they don't want you to feel full. Once your stomach feels tight, you're done. You need to stop eating regardless. So I'm trying to keep that mentality when I'm out doing these things. I have probably about 20 soda cans left in my house of my Diet Dr. Pepper. About half a case of Perrier water, carbonated water from Sam's Club. So that's probably 15 bottles. Once those things are gone, they're gone. I won't be buying them in bulk or anything. I will still probably partake a little bit in May as far as if we go out or something like that. But as of June 1st, if my surgery's set for mid-June, you're also not allowed caffeine within that 2-week period. So that'll be the end of that. Once again, I go back and forth with some of these things, which I think everybody does. But I saw a video the other day. I started following these two girls who are towards the end of their journeys now, where they're maintaining. However, they both started out at probably just under my weight, which, once again, I don't know their height either. I think they're probably shorter than I am, just because I tend to be a pretty tall person. So they are probably about the same of what I'm dealing with at my height, is what I'm trying to say. And one of them does a lot of workout videos, so I watch a lot of what she does. The other one just had her tummy tuck. And that was a big thing that kept me from even talking about doing this, was the skin. I'm just worried about the skin. As funny as it is, at my size and where I am now, I'm very confident in myself. Like, I have no, like, I've been through the whole, like, hate yourself because you're fat thing. And I'm finally at a point where, like, my self-esteem is pretty high. You know, within reason. I don't have, like, a crazy ego, but I feel good about myself. I don't feel unattractive. I don't feel unloved because of where I'm at. So this is mostly just a health thing. Like, I want my joints to still work when I'm, you know, freaking in my 50s, 60s, those kind of things. So the skin issue is in the back of my head because I think it will make me self-conscious, which I've gotten over after so many years of being self-conscious. But anyway, so I follow this girl. She just had her tummy tuck. So she keeps you informed everything. Like, the day after the surgery, right after the surgery, she was doing videos and stuff. And I don't catch them all because it's just whatever comes up on my feed. Well, she did her tummy tuck video where she unveiled her belly button. And before she did this, she talked about how, due to her size and the way her body was, like, basically her rolls kept her belly button hidden. This is the first time that she's going to see her belly button, that people will see her belly button. Like, you know, if she wears whatever she wants to wear, people will see it now. And I could not have understood someone more. Like, my body is the same way. Like, if you want, I want to see my belly button just like her, I have to lift my stomach up. It's not something that's out there. And that is something that I'm excited about as well. So I did respond to her. I usually don't comment on things, but I commented on, you know, like, I totally understand where you're coming from. Your journey's awesome. Like, keep up the good work. You're doing amazing. She commented back. She told me, you know, because I had told her about my fears with the skin, and then I'm in the process of going towards this, that I haven't done it yet. And she said, look, she's like, even if I didn't remove the skin, it was still the best decision I ever made, and I would do it again. So even with all that excess skin, she would still do it again. And I think that kind of resonated as, like, everybody's told me this is going to be the best thing that I ever do for myself. And I'm super excited about it. Been having really positive dreams. Not that I've had super negative ones or anything, but I just have really happy dreams now. People tell me I look happy, I look, you know, calm and things like that. So I'm excited. I really hope that mid-June is the shoot for date, because in my head that's where I've put it at. Like I said, just got to get through the sleep apnea thing. So I probably won't do another update until about then. There's not much more. I have another nutritional appointment on May 18th. I've been told by my surgeon that I don't need to do it. I figure if I'm still in the process, it's covered by my insurance. It doesn't hurt for me to go ahead and do another appointment with this lady, this doctor, just because that is something I'm going to probably struggle with, is getting the nutrients I need from the right sources. So anybody who can help me with that or educate me about that, I think is a good thing. So I think I'm going to go ahead and keep that appointment. And we'll go from there. I hope everyone's doing well. And thanks for joining me on my journey.